Why is he intrigued? Well, because earlier that year, I believe, he had an event just like this, where he was paralyzed. He could not move. Only his eyes would open. He could look around, and he had this terrible fear. And there was an entity that came, and I believe, in his case, sat on his chest and tried to asphyxiate him, right? Which is one of the most common depictions that we can see here. Actually, that serves as the cover of the book, which is, this kind of sleep paralysis demon that is sitting upon this woman's chest. And I'll put the name of the artist of that famous painting on there too. And you feel like you can't breathe, like you're going to die. You're convinced that you're going to die. And it's just a really terrible experience. So he had this before. He read this account of it happening, a long time ago here in Newfoundland as a cultural tradition event. And he decides this is going to be a fantastic subject of study. And he assumes that it's only going to take him about 8 or so months to really complete his full studies. He'll use it for his dissertation, and then that'll be that. He can put it to rest. It's probably just going to be a one-off thing. Well, in fact, as you can tell, may or may not be able to tell by this 300-page book, that he spent 10 years studying this phenomena and conducted many, many interviews, both in Canada and eventually in America and other places in the world, to gather data on this phenomena. And so we got a lot to learn from David because of the decade of life that he sacrificed in pursuing knowledge around the old hag event. And one of the first interviews that he had with an older man, he first did all of his studies with students, as many people do, especially doctoral students who may or may not have access to a lot of grants or funding for their research projects.